Museum has officially been opened in Kent today, dedicated to celebrating the Huguenots and their influence in England. The Huguenots were Protestants who faced oppressive laws in France in the 16th and 17th centuries. In 1685, King Louis IX revoked the Edict of Nantes, which had granted Huguenots the freedom to worship in specific areas. That forced around 200,000 Huguenots to flee across Europe. Around 50,000 of them settled in England. Our reporter Ian Palmer's been to see the new museum in tribute to them in Rochester for tonight's special report.
In the late 17th century, Huguenots in France are being murdered. Some hide by going underground. Many convert to Catholicism. Others flee the country to England. Today, Britain's first Huguenot Museum opened in Rochester.
They were apothecaries and doctors and silk weavers and glass makers and silversmiths. So they brought with them an array of skills which actually changed the face of Britain.
Most Huguenots that came to England settled in London. Native craftsmen feared for their jobs and livelihoods as thousands of 17th century refugees made a new life in the city.
One of the most exquisite pieces in this museum is this Bible, Huguenot Bible, printed in French, which we believe came across in a loaf of bread, which gives a real sense of the persecution that the Huguenots felt as they made their trip here to Britain.
Back in 1685, Huguenots were largely accepted. Peter de Val's ancestors were among the first to arrive.
We are very little known about. If you then say, do you know the Courtauld Institute, or do you know about the Bank of England, or do you know about Donald Aitchison, or Curry Brewery, and so on and so forth, they will say yes. And then you say, do you realise that those were founded by Huguenots? And the answer is no.
But some Huguenots needed help. In 1718, a French hospital was established in London to care for them. In 1958, it moved to Rochester, where it now provides sheltered housing for people of Huguenot descent.
They say that the influx of Huguenots into London in the 17th century was so great that potentially 1 in 6 people in Britain today have Huguenot blood in their veins.
Among them, the former newsreader Jan Leeming, the actor Johnny Depp, and the comedian Eddie Izzard are also believed to be descendants of Huguenots. There are Huguenot museums across Europe. This is Britain's first. Given Huguenot contribution to finance, fashion, and clockmaking, many would say it's about time.